In the kitchen today, we have Jess Thomas, and she is here to make Gulab Jamun, a Southern Asian-inspired dessert.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds good. If you come to WBIR.com, we'll tell you ways to get in touch with Jess for a private cooking class and dinner. But first, here she is with her recipe.
Hey all, it's Jess. Donuts are so yummy, but these Gulab Jamun donuts are out of this world. This recipe by Hetal Vasavada is so yummy and based on an Indian dessert. It's actually not that hard. We take 2 sticks of butter, we're adding sugar, and see cardamom? We're just taking ground cardamom and mixing that in. That's actually the secret to this recipe. Well, there's actually one more secret. Now we're adding some salt as well as vanilla extract, and we're just going to make sure that's nice and fluffy. We're adding 4 eggs, but just 1 at a time. Beat them in and make sure it's fully incorporated. Now, after we're done with that, we're going to do our dry ingredients. We have all-purpose flour and non-fat dry milk. We're going to stir that together and then pour that into our wet batter. Now I've preheated my oven to 325, and then I'm going to finish mixing this batter. I have a donut pan that I have already sprayed, and then I'm going to put it in evenly. And then we'll prepare our last magical step, which is a syrup. I'm grinding up some more cardamom, and I'm going to put that in my saucepan along with some cinnamon, water, and sugar. I'm going to bring it to a boil and let that simmer for 2 minutes. If you want a real Gulab Jamun flavor, you could add rose water at this time, but I'm just not a rosy kind of girl. So I'm taking some of that and putting it into powdered sugar because this is my icing. So the donuts are now done. I'm poking some holes in it, and I'm pouring in the syrup and letting it all soak in for an amazing moist texture, kind of like a poke cake. We're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes, and then we will flip it out. Now, if you've been to an Indian buffet, you've probably actually seen Gulab Jamun. They're those little donut holes sitting in syrup. Well, that's the flavor that we're going for in these donuts. Next, we top it off with icing. One, because it's pretty and it's yummy, but also it acts like glue because what I've done is toasted and crushed some pistachios, and then I got some dried rose petals. You can get that on Amazon. So look how gorgeous this is. So maybe you want to do a fancy afternoon tea, or you just want a yummy dessert. I definitely recommend making these, and you saw it wasn't that hard. If you make it, I'd love it if you tag me. I'm on Instagram at JessSoulFood. I've got lots of other recipes and food ideas. Thanks so much for watching.